What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Yes, I did say welcome back. Believe it or not, I have a lot of episodes on Car Mechanic Simulator, so if you guys are at all curious, you want to check those out, link to that playlist is in the description. I realize this car doesn't at all look exciting, but it's actually a 2016 Porsche GT3 RS, and they're super dope. Just give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. Let me put a bunch of panels and new things on this car, and it'll really start to take shape. I think you guys will be fairly impressed. Okay, I believe that is every body panel completely replaced, and now you guys can start to see it is a car and not a massive heap of junk. But we're gonna go ahead and move this over into car lifter A, and I think our next plan of action is probably to grab the welder, and maybe we can knock some of the rust off of this thing. I know it's not very realistic that you would never use a welder to knock rust off of a car, but you know, that's the game. We're also gonna get the interior cleaning kit just so we can make sure everything is spick and span. So we'll go ahead and use that first. $100, clean the whole thing up, why not? And then let's use our welder. So get a good look at all the surface rust on here. That is all going to wash away for $1,000. Look at that, dude. That looks so much better. That looks so much better. And I apologize, those of you that maybe have watched the previous videos that I've done on Car Mechanic Sim. I don't remember if we've done one of these cars before or not, but I found it at a junkyard. It was a super good deal. It was like $1,700 for this Porsche. It's just one of those deals that pops up. You can't really say no. So with that all done, I think we should move this into the paint booth now, and then we'll kind of do the wheels and stuff. So just so you guys are aware, this car, how am I supposed to do this? Hang on a second. I just want to show you what we're working with in the engine compartment. Nothing. We have a block and a transmission. That's it. So, lucky for us, I already took the liberty of completely doing a full engine refresh / rebuild, and this is what we got here. I have no idea what the horsepower is going to be like on that thing, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty up there. I want to say factory is 420 on these cars, for no particular reason, I'm sure. 420 horsepower. A stoner's wet dream. Also, hang on just a second. Did y'all see that? Car value already. I bought this thing for $1,700. The car value is already $42,000. You guys, we're gonna make a killing off of this thing. We have just over $500,000. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go with the color that it was painted originally, sort of this lava red. Wow, the in-game sounds are very loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, now that we're done painting it, let's go ahead and move it back to car lifter A. And then I'm actually gonna do some black wheels on this bad boy. It's kind of already black just because of the rust. Like it's pretty dark looking. Okay, in-game volume has been lowered significantly. Hopefully, it's not so loud. It's still pretty loud, but it's less loud. It's less loud now, so it should be all right. All right, but let's talk plans for this car. So first of all, I want to remove the wheels so that we can first repair them and then paint them, put them back on the car. We're probably going to need some new tires. The other thing that I want to do, and this is like very, very simple. Honestly, we should replace other things, but I'm just not going to. We're going to rip the heart out of this beast. That whole engine and trans combo, we're ripping that out. We're putting in some new stuff. And then we're just going to do tires and brakes on this. And I just want to take it to the test track and see how it performs. All right, let's pop open the front here. And let's take apart the ABS. Oh, that was missing the module. So yeah, that wouldn't have done us any good. And we're going to need a a fuel pump. We're kind of missing a fuel pump, but it's all good. Let's pop out this battery and go run it over to the charger quick. 24% battery on that. Let's get that charging up. Making good progress already. So what I'm going to do now is just go through and buy all of the brake stuff. We're going to need a module, a ABS pump, 4 calipers, 4 brake caliper cylinders, 2 rear discs, 2 front discs. Okay, I did get 2. And then 4 brake pads, and then a new servo. And that should be everything we need for the full brake system here. Let's go grab our battery. It should be done. Okay, starting in the frunk again. Let's install that new booster. Get our ABS situated here. I probably should have looked through before I even started this car too, just to make sure that we had everything like the fuel pump, which I forgot to buy. But we can get that really quickly. And I'm not even going to get the factory one. I'm going to get the upgraded one because we upgraded all of the fuel system for the engine, for the replacement engine we're adding. So I feel like just to make sure we're delivering enough fuel to the fuel rail, to the engine itself, we should probably add an upgraded pump, just to be on the safe side. Close the frunk. I think we're all good here. Let's open up the trunk again. And let's see what all we... Oh my god, that's a big air filter. Holy crap, dude. Let's see what we have to disassemble to get this out of there. So we just have to take the axles out. We'll do that before we replace the brakes. And then remove the gearbox, get a new one of those, rip out this engine. So I suppose we should get the crane. It's not a perfect game, so yes, it's gonna put the crane in the front of the car, even though the engine's in the back. All right, rear drive axle B, coming right out. Let's move over to the other side. Pop that bad boy out of there. Perfect. And now we can remove the entire gearbox. No, we're not using a transmission jack. We're just ripping it out, putting it on our shoulder and just carrying it on out of there. All right, and then that looks like we should be able to tear out the old engine now. So let's drop it back down. Again, please use your imagination as if the crane is at the rear of the vehicle. We're gonna pull out that engine. Go back and just make sure that it is removed. It is all gone, ladies and gents. Fantastic. Okay, so let's come over here, get our built engine. We're gonna take it off of the stand here. Add to crane, install new engine. B6 twin turbski. The twin turbski, boys. And now let's come back here and check again. There she is. She's in her new home. Look at the turbskis, dude. Look at the turbskis down there. Those things look wild. I don't know why the fan, or like the blade of the turbo is red. It looks kind of tacky in my opinion, but that's just the way that performance turbos look in this game. Since we did all the fuel stuff too, we should probably make sure we have good airflow. So we're gonna remove that whole thing. We could probably do the exhaust as well. I didn't really want to touch all of that stuff. We're gonna need a new gearbox since we got rid of that one. So it's just a B6A. And then let's get the gearbox from the custom gearbox shop, if they have it. The B6A right there. Perfect. That's a expensive boy. That is no cheap tranny. Ain't no such thing as a cheap tranny. That could be taken 2 ways. So just, you know. All right, there we go. New gearbox going on in. Just 4 bolts. Just 4 measly bolts to get that sucker mounted up. And then the axles, I am going to try to replace, or try to repair, I mean. I don't think it's gonna let us. Ooh, are we getting lucky? We're getting lucky, baby. That's what we like to see right there. 2 new axles. Just, you know, put a little elbow grease on them. Good to go. Good as new. Okay, both axles are in. What is next? We have to do the whole air filter thing. Let's actually move around back to the exhaust and just see what we have to remove here. So we have section A. I'm assuming over here would be section B. That is correct. All right, so we're gonna do a parts list. This is something, for those of you that did watch the previous videos that I did on Car Mechanic Sim, that's a tool that I never utilized and I absolutely should have, but we're gonna go ahead and unmount those 2 items. Go into our store. Watch how slick this is, dude. Watch how freaking slick this is. Actually, let's check Performance Tuning Shop before we check the main shop. So we can pull out our shopping list and it tells us exactly what we need. So I'm just gonna type 991 in here and we'll see what we got. Rear exhaust section, A and B, perfect. All 3 of these, we need all 3 of those bad boys. Get this mounted up really quick. No bolts, just kind of sliding them in the imaginary hangers. The chrome looks a bit weird. Maybe I'm just getting some bad reflection. Okay, and then I believe that's all we had to do under the car. So we can probably drop it back down and do the rest of the brake system. And we won't be needing the crane anymore, so let's get rid of that. All right, this is the last side here. We're on the passenger side front of the vehicle, putting the last caliper in. Bolt that down, and we are good to go. All right, so now, what we should have probably done in the meantime while we were kind of, you know, just hanging out, just having a good time, we probably should have dismounted the tires, separated the tires off of these rims so we can maybe repair the rim. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but we're just gonna run with the exact same wheel specs that the car had originally because I feel like the spacing was pretty on point. It looked all right. Let's see if we can repair that rim. I highly doubt it. They looked pretty shot. Oh my god, it actually worked? Shut up, dude. That never happens. That literally never happens. Okay, now of course, you can't repair a tire. The game's at least realistic enough to know you can patch a tire, but if it's like dry rotted and gross like those were, you can't do anything about it. Which is fine. We'll go purchase some new tires. It's not a big deal. We're gonna actually paint parts, which is something I didn't realize you could do either. So each wheel, we're just gonna give it a nice coat of chrome black. Look at that. Look at how good it looks, dude. It's just hanging on an invisible hanger again. Don't worry about it. Now what's annoying is that you can only do one wheel at a time, so that kind of sucks. All right, last wheel completely painted. I think we are ready to get these things mounted up. I was kind of under the impression that we could actually utilize the tire rack, but I guess that's not a thing. So let's take a look at our inventory and we'll see what size we had. Oh, something else I realized. I forgot to put the interior in this car. We have no seats or steering wheel, so we'll have to do that before we go out for our maiden voyage too. So we have a 275/35/19 in the front and a 305/35/19 in the rear. I'm gonna do my best to remember that. It's also a sport tire, so we'll just get the same thing. Okay, so I got two 19-inch 305 millimeter width with a profile percentage of 35. Profile is 35% of, right? Isn't that how that's measured? It doesn't matter. I'm buying those two. And now we have to do two 19s in a 275 for the front by 35. That should be what we needed if my memory is correct. So we'll get these all mounted up on the tire machine. And oh my god, dude, look at those. Jesus. See, that's why we do chrome black. It's like the deepest, most fantastic looking black you can get in this game. Keep moving on through. But yeah, we're gonna mount them on here, and then we're gonna balance them on the balancing machine, and then we can get them thrown. we get them through back on this Porsche. Ain't no thing, brother, ain't no thing. But yeah, we're gonna get them reinstalled on the Porsche, and then we'll probably do the interior. I think after that point, we should be ready to take it out for its first test drive. Again, please try to keep in mind that the whole underside of this car is basically untouched. It was sitting in a junkyard for a very, very long time. Probably not going to drive the best, but at least it will drive now. That's kind of the main idea here. Let's go ahead and do the rears first, assuming we have a 305 done. We do. We're waiting on one front wheel. Get these mounted. Perfect, dude. Oh my god, that looks so nice. Holy crap, that looks really nice. Okay, let's get this last one. Okay, I almost messed up there and just about put the 305 on the front when it should have gone on the rear, but it's good. I caught it before it was mounted, so everything's fine. God, that looks so nice. Okay, well, now that we have that all out of the way, the last thing we had to do is fix the air intake system here. Slap the base in there, get a filter over there, a filter over here. We could have upgraded the filters, but honestly, they don't do anything. I mean, in the game they might, but IRL, upgrading your air filter is not gonna do much for you. Okay. We are good, dude. We are so good right now. So let's move this over to the old dyno. Oh, cannot start. Right. We do need oil in the engine. That is necessary. So we'll focus in on the oil fill plug here, and we'll start pouring until it overflows, and that means it's full, brother. That means it's full. I do wish they had a measuring system. That's kind of the only thing that it's lacking. That and like a torque wrench. Or having things have a torque spec would definitely be a nice addition. All right, we should be able to actually start this thing now, I would think. So let's try to move it over to the dyno again. Cannot start engine. Why? We don't have a starter. All right, going up in the air. We don't have a starter. You kind of need one of those to, you know, start the car. Right there, accessible from engine bay, so that's cool. I think it's just a regular old run-of-the-mill starter, nothing too fancy. And we can get the starter mounted. Okay, now we should be able to start this thing. And move to dyno, success. All right. Let's head on over into the dyno, and we will see what sort of power this thing is capable of now, dude. Fully built motor, used to make 420 horsepower. Let's see how many horse puppies she's making now. The sound effects are pretty bad for engines, I'm gonna be honest, and it might be a little loud, so just sorry in advance, right? Does that say 650 horsepower? That says 650 horsepower, 568 foot-pounds of torque, dude. This is a beast. This is an absolute unit. We're gonna move it to garage entrance A, and we are gonna take this baby out, dude. Just to the test track, nothing too crazy. I'm curious. We need seats. We need seats to drive. Let's go ahead and do our interior really quick. Shouldn't take too long. 1 seat, 2 seats, and a steering wheel. Now we can take this thing out for a drive. Go to the test track with the Porsche. All right, we have made it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any batteries in my controller right now, so we're just gonna go... Oh, it sounds bad. Oh, it sounds really bad and handles very bad. We're gonna keyboard cat this. Oh, dear Lord, please. Hang on, we got this. Oh my God, it has so much power, and it's just immediate because I have to use a keyboard. All right, we're not doing too bad though, we're not doing too bad. Honestly, this isn't like a time trial anyways. All it does is, it'll... Did you just bottom out on a speed bump? Anyways, all it does is shows us what we need to improve. Yeah, it's bottoming out on speed bumps. Oh God. Dude, this is like driving a freaking Mustang. All right, here we go. We're doing all right. The braking should be pretty easy. I think it should have good brakes. It's okay. We did all right. I just want to see what we know about the car now. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, suspension is pretty well shot, but all of the other stuff that we examined from that looks pretty good. $144,000 with a $5,400 bonus. Again, we purchased this car for $1,700, and it looks like just about everything. Global body condition is a little lacking. I'm assuming that's because we don't have license plates on it right now, but that is enough for me to just turn around and sell this thing right away. Of course, I had to take a screenshot before we sold it, otherwise I wouldn't have a thumbnail for the video. So now we're gonna sell it, all right? Let's see how much we get. $150,000. Some of you probably could have done the quick math from those two numbers there, but I could not. So that's pretty dope, dude. 150 G's, just above $750,000 in Car Mechanic Simulator. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to wind things down here. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.